You were out there. I saw you at the convention in Chicago. You interviewed Kamala Harris a couple times. Were you surprised?
That she lost?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say surprised. Surprised isn't the word that I would use because it's a toss-up. It was going into the election. They were neck and neck. I think that she needs to get a lot more credit than she probably is going to get because the campaign was dead. Literally.
With Biden.
Oh, yeah, the campaign was dead with Biden. I know people make a lot of jokes about the whole weekend at Bernie's thing, and they would say things like, I would vote for Biden if he was a corpse. Well, he damn near was. And, there was no life whatsoever. And I think that the vice president made a lot of people sit up on the couch and pay attention and at least be curious. With Biden, everybody was just knocked out, sleep, gone.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly what I would have predicted that Charlamagne would have said about Harris. Obviously, he was critical, of the campaign. I think deservedly so. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. You can simultaneously think that Harris did an admirable job considering how little time she had and the difficult position of not being free to really distinguish yourself from Joe Biden, being weighed down by what people think about his administration. You can also simultaneously think, I would have done things differently and that might have mattered. And you can think, considering the job that she did, well, I definitely would have done way worse. And so she can fail and the failure can be consequential. We've got Donald Trump for 4 years, but also might have stemmed quite a bit of the bleeding that we would have had Joe Biden not stepped down. But I'm curious what you think, Francesca.
Yeah, I think it was a really tough job. The problem is, at the end of the day, Kamala Harris politically isn't that much different from Joe Biden. She doesn't have big sweeping ideas that are about economic populism and delivering for all people. Even the ideas that she did float sort of in a last stage Hail Mary were not sweeping. We're not talking about jobs guarantees or Medicare for all. We're talking about, a little bit of money for first-time home buyers or $6,000 for the first year of your child's life, which it is something, but it's not the child tax credit back. And I just want us to remember, back in 2020, Kamala Harris was infamous for being a flip-flopper. It's hard to defend her for not. She would say, I want Medicare for all. Yes, no more private health insurance. Then the next day say, that's not what I meant. No, you can have a choice. Then the next day said, yes, get rid of all that bureaucracy. She was just as, I would say, centrist as Joe Biden was. The difference was that Joe Biden was, yes, incoherent. And so the other lesson to this is, it's not about window dressing. A lot of liberals will say, the reason that Joe Biden was out was because they believe that a corpse obviously would not be a good look to run for president again, let alone be president. But it is more than that, and it was more than that. And I also do think that race and gender played a factor, but I don't think it was enough of a factor to outweigh just how honestly bankrupt Democrats were when it came to truly transformative ideas that struck the American people where they needed it.
I think I agree. I think that's fair.